I must thank AIOS for this wonderful meeting in this difficult time. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
doctor, we can hear you.
Yes,
we can go ahead.
Okay.
You are audible.
Yes. How to achieve the desired refractive outcome in case of biometry? You have to have a perfect biometric technique. Your technique must be very right selection of IL calculation for each cases, and compare outcome of different formula for the premium IL. And review of clinical patient clinical condition is very important, and if possible, it is to maintain your own data, your own database, to and absolutely red flag whenever you get some kind of refractive surprise. And definitely there is an importance of review literature. It will guide you how to go ahead with the future. And most important is a biometry machine. Let's look out the quick look out the what we have reached so far in the biometry formula. So we start from the SRK2, it's a regression formula to the Vergennes, and now we have the fourth generation formula, where is a Barrett universal to the most popular, and the AI-based formula, the Hill RBF, is also coming very fast. It becomes very popular in nowadays, and we have another formula. But for this, you have to have a different variable. For Barrett, you have needs a 5 variable, and Holiday to have a 7 variable technique. Though the Hill RBF is not an actual formula, it is a AI-based pattern recognition formula. So we have a long journey from we started our biometry from ultrasound to optical swab source B-scan based biometry. So far we reached. And what is the ultrasound biometry limitation? It's a variable compression, corneal compression factor, bond sound bin without precise location, and limited resolution in some cases. Remember that the ultrasound speed is different. So in a Morgagnian cataract, through the cataract is its speed is different. To the grade 3 cataract, the difference is ultrasound speed. So there is always a variability in the axial length, and study shows that most of the wrong biometry basically due to the axial length when there is we used to use a ultrasound biometry. So now we're using optical biometry. These are the optical biometry of one of the infrared source, and this is the available Agile's platform has a ILMaster 500, is the optical biometry, and Swab source biometry is ILMaster 700. That we are using. I am using almost last more than 1.5 years. That is the principle of the ILMaster 500. It's a partial coherence interferometry. But in 700, it has a swab source, and it can able to do 2000 scan per second, and in a different angle is a 0 degree, 30 degrees, 60 degree, 90 degree, 120 degree. Within a half a minute, it can do everything 2000 scan almost every angle. So what is the problem of the conventional biometry? Conventional biometry often fails to do a biometry if there is a PSC, post-subcapsular cataract, in the nodal point, or it is inability to penetrate the most of the advanced cataract. Whereas in swab source biometry, it can penetrate the even very mature cataract where I never expect to get the biometry previously. So what is ILMaster 700 giving? It's a measures axial length. It measures 3-zone anterior keratometry, telecentric haptics. It's posterior keratometry, total keratometry, ACD, AQD, aqueous depth, lens thickness, CCT, white to white, angle kappa, angle alpha, and reference image work. This is much more what your standard optical biometry is giving, and that is absolutely new, is a posterior keratometry and total keratometry, which is not available so far any other swab source machine, swab source biometry. It also give you angle kappa, angle alpha, and it's a excellent system we get for the reference image for the markerless surgery. So it's a OCT B scan. Why it's a B scan? It's give a 6-angle OCT scanning. It's like a star pattern in the B scan, and it once it's a capture the data from axial length to CCT and keratometry, white to white fixation check, and larger vessel is a green image for the markless, and it just captured is within almost half a minute, and that data is analysis. There is a fantastic analytical software inside, and that analysis the what you can get in the IOLMaster 700 more than you expected. It and the most beautiful part is you can check what you are measuring. You can check, you can view the what you are measuring, and most important thing, it has a excellent quality check. It is a if it is a green sign in everywhere, you automatically it is successful. It is successfully measuring the thing. And if you get borderline problem, you have the green is a yellow signal, and if it is a measurement failure, it give you a red signal. So it is automatically warning message and support the decision making, and green and orange indicator easily check the measurement at a glance. Whenever you measuring the axial length, it is actually giving the absolutely foveal hit the fovea, and you get the actual axial length, and you can check the foveal pit in your every scan. If you quality check, if you know foveal pit, so there is a poor fixation. And again, you can get a clue. If somebody not doing the routine OCT, he can get a clue and undergo the OCT. Mind it, this quality of OCT never a substitute for the actual retinal or macular OCT. It has a beautiful refractive three-zone refractive keratometry, 3-zone the telecentric keratometry. This is 1.5, 2.5, and 3.2, and it gives a spherical equivalent K1, K2 axis, and mean K and axis in the anterior surface and the posterior part surface. And what is the important is they're giving the total K, and the vector analysis give the axis of this total K. And there is a quality check also in the telecentric keratometry. You can see that there is a if there is a dot is missing, there insufficiency of blinking. You can get this kind of picture in cases of dry eye. You can easily postpone the biometry, and you can treat the dry eye, and can ask the patient to come later. The total keratometry is almost the wonderful thing. The three-zone keratometry, telecentric keratometry, they measure the CCT in that particular place, and they make a 3D posterior 3D point, and they say make a posterior torus field, and apply the calibration and posterior values, and apply the power of matrix of thick lens formula, and you can get the total keratometry. This is a wonderful thing, and it is only available in IOLMaster 700. You can Douglas Cock already presented his study in 2012. After that, we have learned how important is posterior corneal astigmatism in case of toric IOL implantation. The view of corneal aberration, you can one spot they give it's a analysis of posterior curvature and anterior curvature, and it's a give you the total axial map of the cornea. The central topography of the 6 mm IOLMaster is giving, and it is giving only less than a 45 seconds. See, this keratometry never replaces the actual topographical keratometry, but it's give you a rough idea whether you go for the topography, and whether the patient is suitable for the multifocal IOL, premium IOL, that is multifocal IOL or toric IOL. It also gives you the angle alpha and angle kappa, which is very, very important in case of multifocal IOL or trifocal IOL. And you have a galaxy of all kind of formula. You can compare with this, and most importantly, new is this machine is give you the Barrett TK Universal 2, Barrett TK Toric, and Barrett 2K Toric. Now, what are the formula you can use the TK? You can use Higgs, you can use TK, you can use Barrett TK, you can use Higgs TK. So with the TK, including the TK formula in this calculation, it gives a better result. It has a Barrett suite, all kind of Barretts except Barrett RX. It's a all formula. And Barrett RX is actually not the formula; it's a planar. But after apart from the Barrett RX, it gives all kind of Barrett formula, and this Barrett 2K Universal 2, Barrett TK Toric, and Barrett 2K with TK is not available in any other machine. Now let's us see the result of the TK. If you this is a Higgs and a Barrett, and everyone 0.5, and it is improved almost 30%. Improve the IOL calculation in toric away. And this is the non-toric and toric. If you compare this study published in JCRS, if you consider the 0.5 variation, it's improved 2% if you use the Barrett TK. And in the toric IOL, if you use the Barrett TK toric calculation, it is if you consider 0.75 with the limit, it is improved almost 9%. So Barrett TK is a big way, and probably in the future Barrett total keratometry will TK Universal 2 will be the gold standard of IOL formula. Even in the post-refractive cataract surgery, if you consider the point plus minus 0.1, Barrett 2K TK is giving you almost 92%, 92.5%, 93% accuracy within plus minus 1 diopter. I think this is a huge success of this this formula. Again, if you consider this is published in the SCRS 2019. If you consider Barrett 2K TK, it is almost from if you consider the 1 plus minus 1, it is almost 88% to 96%. It's a huge increase of the accuracy of this, including the TK formula in 2K. So data connectivity also very, very important in important part of the IOLMaster 700. It capture the image. You can planning device, you can planning dock. You can transfer the data in the cloud. You can plan whenever in the mobile, or you can pass this data into the OT, and you can able to do the markerless surgery. In conclusion, it is give you the precise biometry, and it will give you the perfect planning for the cataract surgery, and it is really, really helpful for if you want to do the premium IOL practice. And one thing I must say, this is only one thing I think this is lacking in the IOLMaster 700. That is, it don't give you the Hill-Warrior formula. And because the Hill-Warrior formula will going to merge as one of the important, because it's a AI based and pattern recognition formula.